Hello, I wanted to give you a quick lesson on how to construct a double bubble thinking map. You can check out thinking maps at the web page www.thinkingmaps.com, and the other link there actually takes you a page about double bubble maps. I think they're an important tool that I've learned to use in my classroom over the years. There's 8 different thinking maps for different tasks, double bubble maps for compare and contrast. I use the double bubble map for taking notes when I have things of 2 different categories, and I'll show you that in the example. I use them for pre-writing if I wanted to write a composition about comparing and contrasting something in science, reviewing for assessments, and I also actually ask students sometimes to construct them for assessments, and a constructive response question on a test, a summative exam, or a formative test prep. So they're a very useful tool for comparing and contrasting. They're a lot more structured than a regular old Venn diagram. So anyway, so let's go to the screen here. So just for the sake of our illustration here, I'm going to do a quick thinking map comparing and contrasting planets in the solar system. I do a lot of these kind of things in my science class when I have 2 different types of something. But you can use it for any compare and contrast topic. So we're going to talk about outer planets, and inner planets. Now the first rule of thinking maps is to write first and shape second. So after I write what I need to write, then I circle it. If you make your circles first, a lot of times you run out of room for what you need to what you need to write because you didn't make your circle big enough, or you've wasted space because you made your circle too big. So we write first and we shape second. In between here, in the center line here, we're going to have the things that they have in common. And on the outside, we're going to have the things that they have in difference. And the other thing that's going to be done is whenever the things are related, the differences or similarities, we're going to keep them in line with one another. So for example, with inner and outer planets, there are 4 inner planets and there are 4 outer planets. So I write and I shape and I connect. Okay? Now, related to this is, what are the 4 outer planets? Well, we have Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay, and so I'm going to write and shape. And now this idea is tied to this idea, so they're all on the same level here. Okay, and then for the inner planets, we have 4 also, and so we're going to keep that. We have Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. So I have finished my writing. I'm going to shape, and I'm going to connect it. So these ideas are all related. 4 planets are on the same level. So when your students go to use this, say as a pre-writing tool, and they want to do the comparing and contrasting, they can actually they know where to look for the facts that match. Okay. So now another similarity. Let's see. They orbit the sun. Let's add on the ecliptic. Plane. Okay, so I finish my writing, I shape. And you don't have to get working quickly here for the sake of the length of the video, but you don't have to worry about, as long as it's legible. You know, I let my students kind of be creative, that they do have to keep similarities in the middle, differences, and on plane. Okay, let's see, a difference for them. Let's see, the inner planets are small, and they're rocky. Put a comma there. And at the same level over here, these are large and gaseous. Now, I'm going to show you something we try to minimize when we construct these, and that is just the negation of things. So, outer planets have ring systems. We think about Saturn's ring system, but in fact, Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune all have rings. They're just not as well developed as Saturn's. Okay. Now, normally we try to tell students just don't write no ring system or not something. But sometimes it can't be helped. But as much as possible, we want to keep things informative, not just negations of things or none or something like that. Let's see what else. You could write dozens of moons. And then over here, let's shape that too. And then we write 0 to several moons. I mean, Mercury and Venus have none. I'll make that look like a 0 slash to it. Earth has 1, and Mars has 2. But Jupiter has 63, I think, and Saturn has 40-something. Uranus and Neptune each have more than 20, so they have many. So the other thing we can do with this is, now that we have this, is it's also a good idea to have some color coding. It makes it easier to find this stuff. So we could color code our subjects in the middle here. A little highlighter. I like these highlighters, but I have students sometimes use colored pencils because I don't have enough highlighters to go around for everyone. Or just outline things. So we could use our marker here and outline the center, the similarities in blue, and maybe the differences in green. And you see it starts to take on some real clarity about what's happening on the page here. So you can use this for, in any class where you have things that have to be compared and contrasted. And like I said, it's much more structured than a Venn diagram. There's plenty of room in the middle for a set of common facts, and there's about the same amount of room on the outside for the differences. And so, anyway, then I usually have my students put a title up here, comparing and contrasting planets of the solar system. Okay, that's a quick and dirty example of how you do it. Remember, write first, shape second. Keep your facts on the same level, your differences. And if there's a similarity that's related to the differences, keep it all on the same level, like we did with the 4 planets. There's 4 inner planets, 4 outer planets, and here the 4 names are of each. Okay, you can get in close, far away, and use up the whole paper, but try and keep it divided, differences, similarities. All right. Thank you for your time. Good luck with the double bubble map, and check out the other thinking maps at the website. They are copyrighted materials. There are posters and examples and all that, so you can check into it. But they're worth checking out. They're great for organizing thinking. Thank you.